Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are back with new commentators. My name is Rocket, joined by Axo. How are you doing today, Axo?
I am doing good, Rocket. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty fantastic. We are kicking off the second half of group stage here. Looking at round 4 now, we are looking at Shark Bytes versus Ewfish. And I don't know too much about both these teams, but so far taking a quick look at how their tournaments have shaped out. Shark Bytes off to a bit of a rough stretch so far, not quite finding a set victory yet, but they're hoping that this will change for them. Looking over at Ewfish, on the other hand, they did manage to win their first group stage match against Squid Estimate, but have dropped their following two. So definitely interesting to see both these teams just looking to get the ball rolling again.
Yeah, obviously both teams make it does look like a bit of a bumpy journey, but now showing off now in first round Umami Ruins. Honestly, with this map, it's very dependent sometimes because with your comp, if sometimes your comp might not work on this map, and then that's what can lead to the essential push of the other team going to your base. But what do you think about this?
Yeah, this map is really interesting on Splat zones because of the two separate zones obviously you have on this and needing to control both of them. I believe the mid control is always just going to be key in every map, but especially on Umami Ruins here, and it's going to be interesting to see what both these teams bring to contest that in round 1. Remember, doing best of 3. The winner of this will obviously have the advantage in the next one, already only having to win one more. But as we take a look at the comps that both these teams are bringing, we see a different flavor of edit, if you will, on the side of Ewfish running the crab edit, as well as Lunar Blaster on Pitoy is running, which I think is really interesting.
Yeah, we see both teams not using pencil for this, but going for the more versatile tactical options. With Shark Bites pulling out the Splash Neo and the Order Roller, which can, to get your jumps back into the zone. So with this map, you've also got the zones. The size of the zones they're very small, so it's very easy to contest them, which can obviously lead to your score just being stopped, just like there, with the strikes being popped. Obviously 2 down on Shark Bites, so Ewfish just looking to retake that zone, which they do successfully.
Yeah, however, the points still going for Ewfish, nearing the 44 mark now, as they're just continuously extending their lead over and over. One does go down on the side of Ewfish, and that might be the opportunity that Sharkbites needs to stop them in their tracks, to stop the bleeding, if you will, and it will be that opportunity as they now at least get some score on the board and force Ewfish back with some penalty points behind them. The specials going out to further dislodge Ewfish and push them back. Sharkbites with a good response on that attack because it was looking dire. However, Ewfish now still contesting with Crab online.
Yeah, but Ewfish still trying to take control back of the zone. Shark Bites slowly creeping towards that 50 mark, but Ewfish just getting that zone back with a stamp in the ready. They've got a solid control of mid, maybe just trying to push Shark Bites back into their base, but the strikes being popped now, what we could see is a push from Shark Bites. And obviously another strike's being pushed here.
Yeah, the strikes I feel is what is going to be key to Shark Bites just being able to contest Ewfish here, and especially if the kills go their way, which seems as two fell there on the side of Ewfish, and now being pushed back. The Crab managing to find the equalizing trade, however, on this, and continuing to keep Ewfish at least in mid here to not lose any ground or lose much ground, as Ewfish will manage to take control of the zone, but the sharking roller managing to find a pick there and able to get their special online, however quickly traded back and forward as well. We have 2 specials online for Ewfish here, and that could be the difference in this match as they near their end of the penalty points. Things could get deadly here if Shark Bites can't find anything.
Yeah, obviously But now with one left on Ewfish, Sharkbite's looking at another push with the heavy just trying to defend but going down. The Zuka being popped now just to push.
Yeah, and with a minute and 40 left, there's not much time left for both these teams to continue. However, the score is fairly close, despite what it may seem, as Shark Bites are nearing their end of their penalty points as well, and this could go in the favor of Shark Bites if they continue to move up, especially with Cooler on their back as well. The penalty points now out of it, and Shark Bites are very much in Ewfish territory. The crab popped again just to try to keep them at bay, as these members of Shark Bites are just sticking together, taking smart fights together, managing to find one there and actually take the lead away from Ewfish here. With a minute left, Ewfish needs to muster up a push here. That's a good equalizing pick to at least get the right side of the zone, managing to find another as well. And with specials going out, Ewfish are just continuously just trying to make sure they can maintain that lead that Shark Bites has now to a minimum, as they have 50 seconds left to get back into the fight.
Yeah, obviously Sharkbite's just trying to get back into mid so then they can control for the rest of the match so they can secure this first win. But with Ewfish, they're slowly just getting pushed back. They can't actually do much with the tactical on Sharkbite, start being pushed back. Now with the splash being shown here, we can't do much. The zone is being contested still, but I'm really not sure if it's going to be contested in time. But
yeah,
as you can see now, it is.
Yeah, we saw a beautiful shot there from Astral with that Zuka to manage to get, I believe, 2 players in that crossfire. And now with Ewfish having the zone, we could potentially see an overtime push here. If Shark Bites can't contest the zone in time, they have 3 seconds to the strikes to go out to try to equalize it. Each team has a zone here. It's going to be a brawl in mid. Whoever gets the first cap on their zone will be as such. They actually flip zones as well. It is still very contested. However, I believe Shark Bites manages to edge out in the end and maintain their lead.
That was one of the best zones fights I've ever seen. Like, even though I will admit, it was quite funny with both zones just being flipped at the same time. But overall, a very good performance from both Shark Bites and Ewfish.
Yeah, 100%. That game had me on the edge of my seat. But as we look at game 2 now in this series, Barnacle and Dime, I think the longer range weapons in this map will be key, especially that crab edits on this map, because not only is, like I just mentioned, the longer range weapons pretty favorable on it because of the layout of mid, the flat zone of it, but also specifically of that crab that the edit has. We saw the power of it in that game 1, and I think it will just be amplified here on Barnacle and Dime.
Yeah, and obviously now we could probably see the introduction of Pencil being put in place. Obviously, you did say mid was very favourable to long range weapons, and with Pencil being a long range weapon, and obviously also being a good painter, it is very viable on this map. Obviously, also with bonus, we could, and also it is also a one zone match. We could be seeing some reef sliders, if any.
Yeah, reef slider cheese is always gonna be a prevalent thing, and I'm wondering if, like you mentioned, if any of these players or teams are gonna switch off of that. And if they don't, I believe that both these teams still have pretty good comps to face a map such as Barnacle and Dime. However, obviously Shark Bites in this best of 3 only needs to win this remaining game to win, and if not, just hopefully edge it out in game 3 if Ewfish force a game 3. But as we take a look at these weapon comps, fairly similar comps. However, I believe a splash being brought out on the side of, I believe that is Shark Bites. Just having, like I mentioned earlier, crab on both sides now. It's gonna be a brawl for the crabs.
Well, you did say it was Splash, but this is still Splash Neo, not the vanilla Splash, so we will still be seeing double strikes. But obviously, as you can see here, still the versatile cooler options, which obviously may be a better choice for any zones map, because both weapons are very good painters, and also they can quickly get tactical and also get some quick kills. Obviously now as you need 6 strikes, I think, just being popped at once. There was a Zuka back there as well, but the bubble being pushed there. Ewfish in the lead, but Sharkbite's hoping to gain a push so then they can retake that.
Yeah, and you're right though. For Shark Bites, they are in fact running double strikes, and I think that's a perfect counter to the crab that what Ewfish was running. And despite being wiped out initially on that first push, Shark Bites are managing to bring themselves back into the game here. The crab being popped for the side of Ewfish just to try to stop any further advance, managing to find one earlier and helping with that other kill on the side there. Ewfish able to at least maintain to get back the zone, I mean, and continuously moving their penalty points down. The Zuka goes out as well, managing to find one, I believe, on the left side there, and kills just going back and forward as Ewfish now have the potential to take the lead as they are out of their penalty.
Yeah, obviously, Ewfish was very close to taking the lead as Sharkbites only has 46 remaining. However, the contestant of the zone now being put in place with also strikes being popped, just pushing that heavy edit back. Sharkbites obviously taking the zone, but they still need to exit their penalty and gain 4 more points to at least take the lead. Obviously, right now the zone being contested with 3 members of each team on the zone. It's very interesting. Now 2 on each side, but the Zuka almost being popped, but going down. Sharkbites takes that zone and hopes to exit that penalty.
Yeah, off of that team fight now, Shark Bites in a great position to hold Ewfish back. However, the crab online once again, the triple ink strike going out on the side of Shark Bites to deny any presence of that. And out of their penalty points now, Shark Bites will manage to take lead with another triple ink strike going out, managing to find one in its wake. And the time is just ticking down for Ewfish to get back into it. Stamp managing to find 2 members of Shark Bites and 3rd as well, and trying to get all 4. However, that player will remain alive at least temporarily, as Ewfish now have quite a hill to climb, as Shark Bites now down to the 10s in terms of actual points.
Yeah, obviously, with that amazing push from Sharkbites, Ewfish really need to maintain this lead. But with the amount of aggression coming from Sharkbites, I'm really not sure how they're going to do it, because I only see here 2 members going down just as we speaking. One, the Lunar Boss on the left, and you know, we're seeing a lot of aggressive pushes from Sharkbites, and I'm really not sure if Ewfish can counter that.
Yeah, because Shark Bites just have great mobility and how they stick together in teams of 2 and takes these 2-on-1 advantage fights. We see a beautiful Zuka shot from Astro here trying to just deny any more presence. However, they need to get into the zone here as we're taking down to the single digits for Shark Bites. This could be the end of the set here if Ewfish can't contest it. However, they do manage to at least contest it and stay alive for the time being. They need to cap the zone though, and they will manage to cap the zone to at least force Shark Bites to have some penalty points, but now they have to set up in their own positions as well, and with a minute left, they're just farming their specials at this point to at least get a good hold onto Shark Bites to deny any sweep and to keep the set going.
Yeah, obviously now with the strikes being popped right now, with the Zuka still at the ready, however, Sharkbites are just trying to find their way through the aggression of Ewfish, but they are also being really defensive. Zuka taking that nice clean shot, and then, yeah, Strikes are still ready, but now Ewfish almost ready to just take the lead. They do so. This could be a... No! Right now, the zone's still being contested with 23 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure how this is going to go out.
Yeah, those triple ink strikes managed to keep Shark Bites in it, at least temporarily. However, it is just left to the slosher, and it will not be enough as Ewfish strikes back extremely fast there near the end there and manages to take that game. And now we are going to game 3 in this series. Very well done on the side of Ewfish to, although they looked desperate near the final minute mark, I believe they put in a last-ditch effort and last-second push, and we're just able to survive on that. And we are looking at Game 3 Manta Maria next, Axo.
Yeah, this map for zones very good, I will say, even though it is a double zones map. we can see many different types of pushes being here, but also the comps. I'm also very interested to see how they switch it up, because this map, if you once again, if you don't have a good comp, then it might end up in your team just being pushed back. But with these last two games, they've been really good. I'm not sure how this one's going to go out.
Yeah, it has been back and forward, especially we saw in that Barnacle and Dime, because I didn't know which way to lean because they were just going push for push back and forward, and it's only fitting that we're going to game 3 because that's basically what happened in game 2 there. These teams are just going back and forward in their comps, and I think the key to winning this zone map is just their special usage, because we see like those specials are what initiate these pushes.
Yeah, obviously, last match, that was a very thrilling match. I will say that the strikes being pushed to just get that zone, but overall, it might not have been enough. Even though Shark Bytes had 5 remaining, it was only a matter of time before Ewfish managed to find their way and take that lead. But now going into game 3, this one, if they do decide to run these same comps, it will be very interesting, because obviously you got the versatile tacticalers, double strikes, which could potentially just cap both zones at once, and then you got the bubbles and the Zuka. So yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's all about the right opportunity and popping those specials at the right time, which can swing the fight in the favor of one team over another. You mentioned the double ink strike. As well, I want to mention the crab on the other side. It is just basically a giant rock, paper, scissors match between these specials to see, okay, so this special will counter this one. For example, we have a stamp. We saw a stamp a little bit last match as well. Wish to see a little bit more of that, but hopefully we will see that in this game 3, it is that whoever takes this game will win it here. Looking at both teams' comps here, sticking with similar comps on both sides, having that tri-slosher on the side of, I believe that is Ewfish?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
on
Ewfish.
Ewfish, having the tri-slosher being the cooler weapon, which I think is really interesting. I don't think we've mentioned it up to this point, but having a more aggressive weapon be your cooler weapon is it isn't what most teams would run. However, it did work with them in game 1.
Yeah, obviously now the crab being used to just push Shark Bites out of, well, the middle, but you know, they've got a strike at the ready and they're using it on the top just to see if they can contest, but no, they can't. Ewfish just slowly but surely pushing into Shark Bites' base. Shark Bites also just going down one by one, as you see it, as you just saw. There's also, yeah, one stamp at the ready just to see if they need it, but obviously the roller is trying to flank here, taking that tri-switcher, and then yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately not able to create space off of that. Their idea was just trying to get in and create space for their team with that big bubble on hand. Unfortunately shut down beforehand. And Ewfish already off to a great lead here with 27 points remaining. The crowd pushed as well to help with this, and it is looking a little dire for Shark Bites if they can't get in here. They just need to paint the zone, Ewfish, and they will be on their way to potentially in the tens of points. Yeah, the zone will be capped finally, and although that roller gets a nice kill there initially, they need to get onto the zone as we're nearing the 10-point mark. They need to paint the zone a little bit. Bombs are thrown as well on the point, and at least for now, Shark Bites will at least manage to get in a push and stall out the time. However, look at the point total, Axel. It is down to 6 for Ewfish.
Yeah, that was one big push from Ewfish at the start, taking 94 points as a whole. That aggression, that was what you really want to see to secure yourself that really good lead for the start. A stamp is at the ready, but I'm really not sure when this Lunar Blaster will pop it. As of right now, just taking that, sloshing down, but going down as well from the roller. Roller taking the tri-slosher down, and the crab! The Zuko just trying to stay alive at this point, not managed to. Oh no, they still do get a shot in though against the tri-slosher.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier, great initial push from Ewfish, but look at the push from Shark Bites, almost near down the 20 point at this point. There is no lead that is safe in Splatoon that I have learned, and it is looking as the case as now they're near down the 12 mark. What looked like an giant great lead is now being cut down, and actually Shark Bites manages to take the lead, and they just keep going and will actually take game 3 there. Once they took the zone, they just didn't look back.
That is literally that's how you know that you it's not over until you actually win. But that was probably the best match of zones I've seen. 21-1 for Shark Bites. Yeah, it's
But
nice.
But yeah, Shark Bites were just able to come back from such an just a great deficit there, as they were down near the 6 point mark. Ewfish were near down the point mark and were about to get a knockout. However, once Shark Bites were able to maintain control of the zone, we saw the roller, we saw all the members of Shark Bites really just take great positions and shut Ewfish out with no opportunity for them to get back into it. Shark
Yeah,
Bites with that win.
they managed to, even though they were in pushback, they did manage to find their rhythm, and then I think that's what enabled them to take that win. Obviously, amazing pushes from Ewfish throughout the set, but Shark Bites just managed to hold on to the edge and get that win. Now, I think we're going to be moving on to round 5, and we'll see you there.